everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another great stream. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. We're talking about all the latest stuff that's going on in real estate and the real estate market. And of course, another week goes by. And of course, there's more good stuff coming, right? There's always stuff happening in the world of real estate. We have a really cool stream tonight. So this stream has taken a little bit different effect. I don't have a ton of articles tonight. I don't have a ton of videos. What we're going to do is we're just going to we're going to talk about what's going on. I have a couple fun articles. We're going to take a look at a really great house. And then I got to talk about Trump v. Powell again, because it seems like it's kind of made a resurgence in the news. And we've been talking about Trump v. Powell since I don't know, January or February. It seems like forever. But some more stuff dropped today, and we're going to cover that. So this is going to be a fun stream. It might be a little bit on the shorter side, guys. I am so happy to report that I am absolutely swamped at work, and it's a double-edged sword. It's a great thing to be busy selling houses for clients, but that means that I don't have as much time to put into preparing for the streams. So this one might be a little bit shorter, might be a little bit more informal, and I want to do a lot of questions and answers tonight. So if anybody has questions about real estate, the market that you're in, maybe you're thinking about buying, maybe you're thinking about selling, and maybe you're thinking about renting, and you just have some questions and you're sick of going to ChatGPT or Google, well, you can pop them right into the chat, and I will be happy to do the best I can to answer your question. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? Good to see you, Christine. And thanks for dropping in. Yeah, thanks for joining the live stream. Hope you enjoyed the show. And, always hit me up with any questions you have. Angie, hey, what's going on, Angie? Hope you're doing well. Hope your week is off to a good start. It's a beautiful day today in our neck of the woods. Gosh, it's like perfect temperature today, perfect weather. So that's always a good thing. So welcome, everyone. We got a good turnout already. So let's get into it. All right. So guys, I don't have, like I said, I don't have an anchor topic tonight. I don't have an anchor article tonight. We're just going to kind of go through a couple fun things that I saw. Let's keep it conversational. So if y'all have any questions or thoughts, chime in. And I think maybe we'll even do a giveaway. So let's see what we get into. So the first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to go to Reddit. And I don't like going to Reddit a whole lot. I know some people love Reddit. Some people don't like Reddit. And Reddit has, it's good stuff about it. But I think Reddit it's kind of a wild west. Like there's just like everything on that platform. I was searching for stuff to talk about tonight, and I came across a Reddit thread that basically said, guys, stop believing the headlines. And this is something I've been saying for a long time. And this is something that a lot of people have been saying, and it doesn't just go to real estate, right? Keep in mind, the news has one job, and it's to get your click, get your like, get your view, right? So of course, the news is going to always be pumping out all the big negative headlines. The housing market is in shambles. The housing market is crashing. There's 500 more sellers than buyers, 500,000 more sellers than buyers. All this stuff, all this noise that we hear. And oftentimes you wonder, like, is this actually happening, or is this all drummed up? So I found a Reddit thread that very nicely, like, kind of sums up what this person noticed. Now, obviously, this is the experience of one person in one market. Your market might be different, but I want to share this with you guys really quick. So make this a little bit bigger. This is from Reddit. This is from the first time home buyer subreddit. News headlines, and this is a month ago. So again, guys, it's pretty recent. News headlines talking about price drops everywhere and real estate slowing down, and yet the biggest thing I learned as an FTHB, which is acronym for first time home buyer, just closed 3 weeks ago. Congratulations to this person, is that national news headlines have no bearing on your local market. All right, guys, how many times have I told you real estate is hyper local, right? We cannot give in to the hysteria of these big national headlines. Now during the pandemic, when everything was going crazy, it's like the national headlines kind of aligned with what local real estate was doing. And just by coincidence, national headlines have coincided with local headlines when it comes to real estate from about 2020 to about 2023 or 2024. But then it really started to shift in late 2024 and into 2025. And now national headlines do not necessarily overlap well with local headlines. And there's starting to be a very big difference in real estate markets. And this is what This Redditor is basically saying like, hey, I know what you're seeing on the news talking about how it's a buyer's market and price cuts everywhere and there's more sellers than buyers. Well, that's not everywhere. And keep in mind, that is to get your engagement. That's to get your clicks. It's to get your view. Let's see what he had to say. The home we bought had 5 offers in 2 days on the market and sold 10% over list price, which is what they offered. Now, let me tell you, 10% over list price is a pretty good clip on $1 million home. That would be $100,000 over the asking price. That's a lot. When people say, oh, I had to pay over asking price for a home, usually they're talking 2, 3, 4%. 10% is a very good clip. And that is a good indicator that there was a lot of heavy competition for this person's particular area and particular product of home. There was one offer even higher than ours. We were outbid with a cash offer on another home. We made appointments to see 3 homes that sold within 2 to 3 days of listing, all over the list price, so quickly that our appointments were canceled. I just happened to see another home not far from ours that sold today, had just been listed Friday, and had the open house canceled. I was utterly unprepared for this madness because, number one, I'm not in New York or San Francisco type of market, so I really didn't think this would happen to us. And 2, these news headlines completely misled me. Wow, you don't say. The news misleading people? If you are a first-time home buyer, don't listen to these headlines. Assume your market is a buyer's market. Don't listen to these headlines and assume your market is a buyer's market. It's not even just city metro area, but neighborhood specific. Good neighborhoods are still insane in a lot of areas. Interest rates be damned. Guys, this is not a real estate agent. This is a first-time home buyer. This is someone who admittedly probably 6 to 12 months ago really did not know how real estate worked. And it's so funny because what real estate agents have been saying this entire time, that real estate is hyper local. You can't take these big broad headlines, these big broad real estate trends, and try to say that that applies to everywhere. Agents, mortgage lenders, finance experts have been saying this for a long time. Real estate's hyper local. And now it's like funny because this consumer just kind of went through this whole process and they finally get to the point, they get in the end and they go, wow, it's almost like real estate's hyper local. Guys, real estate's hyper local. Don't trust the headlines. It's like it took them their own experience to understand that, which makes sense when in reality, professionals have been saying that for a long time. So kind of interesting. I'm not going to get too into the weeds with comments because, it'll go off the rails. But before I scroll the comments, I just want to let you guys know we're on Reddit right now. This is completely uncensored. I don't know what these comments are going to say. It's very possible the language might not be super, super clean. Obviously, I can't like blur it out on the screen. I won't say it, but just keep in mind, it's Reddit. It's the Wild West of the internet. The old adage goes, real estate is local. National trends don't mean much if they don't align with what is happening in your market. Some markets are slowing down, but most are still tilted toward the seller. Are you in the Midwest? He said, I'm in the mid-Atlantic. So this is this anecdote comes from the mid-Atlantic region. So mid-Atlantic, probably somewhere in the not quite New England, but not quite Midwest, somewhere in between, maybe Ohio, somewhere in that thing. Babe Joe's reading Reddit comments live. You're exactly right, Innovative. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you've had a good couple of weeks. It's been a little while since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out. Angie, what do you got? Let's see. House around the corner sold in 10 days with a contingency to find a home and for $49K over the asking price. That's a good, healthy clip over the asking price. That's got to be at least, 4, 5, 6%, maybe even more. I don't know exactly, what neighborhood you're in, Angie, but there you have it. And I'll tell you that I did an open house on my company listed a home on Wednesday. We did an open house on Sunday. We had a very good turnout at the open house. A lovely family came in. They said, we really, really like it. We think we want to buy it. Boom, it's sold today, opened escrow, right? Had 2 other properties in the high desert, not markets that are quite as hot as the greater Los Angeles area. Both of those sold within about 2 weeks. It seems like most listings we just had another listing in Glendora, which is just about 2 cities east of me. It's about about 25 miles east of downtown LA. That one was a very cute little, what we would call a starter home. And it was just a little 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,600 square feet in Glendora. And that one sold with like 5 offers. So Again, this is just what's going on in my neck of the woods, but this is the whole point of this section of the stream, is that you cannot just assume that the national headlines are going to apply to your local marketplace. The best thing you can do to get a pulse on the real estate market is look at properties that have actually recently sold in your neighborhood. And most importantly, just go talk to a real estate agent. Just go talk to them. Go find a good, highly rated real estate agent that knows what they're doing, and just tell them. And if you approach a true professional real estate agent and you just say, hey, my name's Mike, I'm not ready to buy a house. I just have some questions about the market. I just want to know a little bit more. I'm not ready to buy. Can I ask you some questions? I guarantee you that agent answers the questions. And if you tell them, hey, please don't hound me, any good agent, not going to hound you, right? So the information is out there. Don't be afraid to go talk to an expert and get the information you need in order to make a good decision. All right, Christine, what do we got? Our buyers were the first ones to see a new listing, wrote a full price cash offer immediately. Sellers accepted, all showings and open houses canceled. There you go. And obviously, Lovely Ben Home, so it's up in Oregon, right? So obviously the market's still there strong. You know, that's interesting. I've always found it interesting when sellers take the first offer. Congratulations to your buyers. That's great. What we're seeing in our marketplace is sellers are getting back on the trend of, I'm going to list my home on a Wednesday. I'm going to have an open house on Sunday, and then I'll respond to your offers on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's interesting that they're going back to that, because obviously sellers are feeling like, hey, they've got enough pull to be able to collect offers. Ooh, we love that. 1.645 million. Yowzer. Nice one. I'm sure that's a beautiful, beautiful home. Good job. Congratulations to you guys and the buyer and the seller. Good one. That's a nice, good one. Let's see. What other good, juicy comments do we have? Mid-Atlantic. The news are just dumb, in my opinion. They go like, wow, there are so many listings remaining on the market. It is a buyer's market. No, absolutely not. The good listings are gone after 3 days. This right here is kind of a dumb comment. Obviously, the person, just kind of loose with their typing. But this sentence right here is so true. What people are starting to realize, what consumers are realizing, are the good homes still continue to sell very quickly. And the homes that are subpar or just average or below average, those are the listings that are racking up days on the market. Those are the listings that are cutting prices left and right. Those are the listings that are not selling. Innovative. Let's see. We got some more. My lady is an escrow agent and title officer in Dallas. She's getting 60 hours a week of work right now, mainly refis, but there's still movement out there in the hot neighborhoods. Yeah, exactly. There you have it. I mean, she's quite busy if she's doing 60 hours a week and doing a lot of refis and purchases. And that's in Dallas, where Texas is a state that we've heard is having some resistance to housing. We've heard that Texas is one of these states, Texas and Florida. Texas is one of these states that the news media mainstream is saying, oh God, Texas, man, it's a buyer's market everywhere. Well, clearly, this shows that there is still some real estate activity in Texas. Obviously, Dallas is a little bit different than Austin, and Austin probably is still ripe for a slowdown, but proof is in the pudding. You have to talk to people that work your market in real estate. Talk to anybody that's a real live person in your market, and they will give you much better information. Love that you source Reddit. It's a wide range of people and areas. Good to know. And local is key, like you said. Yep, exactly. So let's see. Here you go. Even the people that's saying that Florida's collapsing are overgeneralizing. My mom's community is still a pretty strong market. Now, I will say that comments like this, we have this fallacy, oh, well, what about me fallacy, where it's like, real estate's not doing well. Well, my home sold in record time, so real estate must be doing well. And it's like, no, well, just because that's your experience doesn't mean that's the truth for everyone. So just because this person's mom's community is doing well in Florida does not mean that Florida real estate is not collapsing. But again, everything leads back to what I've been saying the whole time. Hyper local. You need to get information about your local neighborhood, your local city, heck, your local street even, because streets can vary even if they're in the same neighborhood. We got Mom in the chat. Hey, Mom. How's it going? Let's see. Regarding the Hesperia house, you mentioned it had been on the market previously with no offers. What did you do differently from the previous agent that resulted in the house selling so quickly? Mom, I'm so glad you brought up this wonderful question. So the first thing right away that I noticed the problem, as with most expired listings, is pricing. So this agent walked into the home and just basically said, oh, I can get you this price for it. And very clearly didn't do market research. And the sellers did have a very nice home. They had a very, very, very nice home, but not the price that this original agent quoted them at. I thought her price was, about $50,000 over what it should be. And that property sat on the market for 3 months. They did not get any showings. They did not get any offers. It expired, and I came in, and the very first thing we did is we talked about what price was actually going to get the home sold. We looked at neighborhood comparables. We looked at recent sales, and we talked about what type of price they wanted to get. But one of the most important things, along with the price adjustment and a good pricing strategy, is the fact that we didn't cut any corners. So we still did professional photography. We did drone photography. We did twilight photography. We did a 3D virtual tour. We had an open house. And we even sent 150 postcard mailers out to the neighborhood. And, a lot of people say, oh, mail is dead. Traditional marketing is dead. I got calls off of that postcard. And I got one call a guy called me up. He said, I'm a veteran. I want to use my VA benefit. And I think I want to buy this home. And we talked, we got him set up. Turns out this home wasn't exactly right for him, but there you go. That was almost a buyer for that home off of a postcard. So all of those things come together and they make the whole package. And that was basically the reason. All of those reasons are basically the method that got this home sold quickly. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see what we got. Our buyers at entry level 525 are getting deals. Are you seeing this in your area? And Christine, anything in my area that is remotely related to like entry level. So your $400,000 condos, your $600,000 homes, your $700,000 homes, anything in that range, your $500,000 condos. It for the most part, they're selling extremely well, unless the property itself is overpriced, or it's in terrible condition, or has a location challenge, or something like that. But if the home is reasonable, clean, and well priced, anything that is in that sort of entry level bracket, it goes like that. Angie, do you pay for photography on your listings, or does the seller? Angie, I have a very, very, very simple thing when I talk to my sellers. I never send my sellers an invoice for anything. I charge them one fee. That is my compensation fee. That's the brokerage fee. Everything else I handle. So when it comes to marketing the property, drone photos, regular photos, twilight, virtual tour, postcards, any of that stuff, social media ads, Facebook campaigns, all that stuff, that's my marketing budget. That's what you're paying me to do. The only thing that the sellers will be charged is, like, for instance, if you want to do touch-up paint, and the seller, and you're like, hey, I want to paint this wall. Well, that's your house. That's your wall. You're hiring the painter. That's on you. But when it comes to marketing, selling your home, yeah, all that's included. Good. Glad that helped. So guys, we're not going to spend too much more time on Reddit, but here you have it. You can kind of see national trends obviously could vary from your local market. A market depends on the price point. So all sorts of good stuff. I just thought it was so interesting that this first-time home buyer came to Reddit and was like, guys, the news wasn't right. I've discovered it. I've broken through. I figured it out. The news is not right. You have to trust local experts. And it's like, that's what we've been saying for a long time now. All right, guys. So we're going to go to 2 more articles. The next article I'm going to do is kind of fun. I don't know if you guys saw this, but do I have any, let me do this really quick. Do I have any fans of the show The Office? Any fans of The Office? Now, obviously, the show The Office was huge from about 2003 to about 2012 or so. The first 6 seasons had Steve Carell as Michael Scott, which so many people know. He's pictured there on the screen. And there is an infamous episode of The Office, if you're an Office watcher, called The Dinner Party, where the episode mostly takes place at Michael Scott's condo. And wouldn't you know, Michael Scott's condo is now up for sale. It's obviously not his real condo, but the condo that they used in the movie is up for sale. So it's kind of interesting to see. I thought this was a fun story. I'm a big Office fan. I've seen pretty much almost all the episodes. I've rewatched it several times. And wouldn't you know that it is now up for sale. So it's funny because they show some clips from how it looked like in the show. Oh, this article doesn't have the show clips, but it's actually a condo in Reseda, which is an area of Northridge, so just in the valley, just outside of LA. And if you want to look it up, it was located at the fictional address was 126 Kellum Court in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Obviously, the show takes place in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And they interviewed the realtor because a few guests specifically mentioned The Office. Others, I brought it up and we made sure to highlight it in the MLS listing. It came to market on April 18 and there were several offers previously. It has found a buyer and now it is in escrow. The Dinner Party, the 13th episode of the show's 4th season, was ranked by Variety as the best episode of the entire series. Variety said it contained some of the most hilarious scenes. And like I said, pretty much that whole episode was filmed in this very condo. Now, you know, I don't think the condo, here you go, 3 beds, 3 bed, 3 bath, listed at 710, clean, well-kept turnkey home, just under 1,500 square feet, 2-car garage. It spent 70 days on market and is now in backups. So you can see it's a relatively clean home, but I just thought this was kind of fun to explore and see, a kind of a fake celebrity home kind of worked out. It's kind of a fake celebrity, a fictitious celebrity home for sale. So I just thought that was very, very interesting to see that. And it's a very good segue into our next home. And this is going to be, we're going to do a giveaway, but you know what? I'm going to change the order because it's my stream and I can do that. So first we're going to go over to this, and this one's going to take up a little bit more of our conversation time this evening. Trump asked GOP lawmakers if he should fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell. This was as of today, as of about 8:22 Eastern time. So just like, I don't know, 2 hours ago. And guys, I know we've talked about Fed and Jerome Powell and Trump versus Powell. I've done a couple streams just on that topic alone. I don't want to get like way back into it, but it just keeps perpetuating. And again, like I said, guys, this is not good. This is not a good look for Trump. This is not a good look for the GOP. This is not a good look for the United States. Certainly is not a good look for the financial system in the United States, because what this is doing is this is really causing a lot of uncertainty. And what have we said about uncertainty? We've talked about this on the stream before. Uncertainty is typically not a good thing for consumers of large products. So when the economic market is uncertain, people typically shy away from buying homes, buying cars, moving, even making other big purchases, improving their home, things like that. So it's one of these things where it's just, this confrontation is not good. And it seems to just keep going. So we are going to read a little bit about this. Washington, President Trump on Tuesday asked a group of House Republicans if he should fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. And people in the room voiced approval. Interesting. Several sources said Mr. Trump indicated he will do it. Mr. Trump on Wednesday confirmed to reporters in the Oval Office that he spoke to lawmakers about ousting Powell. I talked to them about the concept of firing him. I said, "What do you think?" Almost all of them said I should, but I'm more conservative than they are, he said. Now this is crazy, but I'm more conservative than they are. Interesting. Trump being more conservative than someone, I'd find that hard to believe. That's interesting to me. I mean, I guess my guess is, obviously Trump's made his opinions very clear. He hates Jerome Powell. He thinks we should have like 4.2% interest rates or something ridiculous. I mean, it'd be great, don't get me wrong, but probably premature. I just have a hard time believing. And obviously Trump has made his opinions very clear. And you could imagine. So Trump says, "Look, I'm going to call a meeting. Everybody come to the Oval Office. You are a GOP House Republican. And you walk in there. And I don't know how many there's, 8, 10, 12, 14. I don't know how many are in there. And Trump goes, what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should fire Jerome Powell? You already know what Trump thinks. Do we really think these people are going to be like, actually, President Trump, no, I don't think you should? I'm not surprised they said yes. I'm really not surprised that they did. Did I change the room around? No, you know what? The camera might be reversed tonight. Actually, I think that it is because normally the window, yeah, it is. Normally the window's over here, but my camera settings got changed, so it might be a little reversed tonight. Christine, have to go write an offer. Thank you for your amazing insights. Good luck on your offer. Thanks for dropping by, and feel free to pick my brain at any time, and hopefully that offer gets accepted. Have a good evening. Only one said no. Yeah, that's crazy to me. And whoever that one person is, Godspeed to them, because you better believe that there's a bullseye on their back now, or at least I would think so. You know, who knows? Sources told CBS News that Mr. Trump made the comments to the Republican House members in the Oval Office on Tuesday night after they blocked a procedural vote that would have advanced cryptocurrency legislation in the House favored by Mr. Trump. The idea of a president removing a Fed chair is legally untested. Never has happened before. A lot of people feel like there really is no way that the president could legally fire the Federal Reserve chair, but I have a feeling that Trump might try it. Federal law says the chair can only be fired for cause. The action could have serious negative effects on financial markets, which would, I'm telling you, it would be a bad idea to fire Jerome Powell. And listen, you can think he did a bad job, and that's okay. And maybe he did do a bad job. I don't know. But at the end of the day, this would be firing Jerome Powell would be a very, very weak look for the American financial system. And the American financial system, the American financial system is not the global financial system, but yikes. I mean, they're tied pretty close together. And if America's financial system falters, there will be ripple effects throughout the rest of the United States. So I am definitely not in favor of firing Jerome Powell. Am I in favor of being a little bit more liberal with rate cuts? Yeah, probably so. But firing Jerome Powell, I don't think is the answer. The idea of the president removing a Fed chair is legal and untested. Federal law says the chair can only be removed for cause. We already talked about that. Asked Wednesday if he wants Powell investigated for fraud related to the renovations of the Fed headquarters, Mr. Trump said, well, I think he's already under investigation. He spent far more money than he was supposed to rebuilding. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, exactly, Angie. They're trying to say that the cause is that he went over budget on a renovation for the federal building. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I am not an expert on whatever this the federal building is that he's renovating, his headquarters. But here's the thing. First off, is it a rarity that any type of renovation or construction project has gone over budget? No. In fact, I would say that that's probably actually pretty common these days. Does that make it okay? No. But over budget, okay, whatever. Secondly, I have a very, very hard time envisioning or imagining Jerome Powell going, in his spare time, kicking his feet up and reviewing some lighting options for the bathrooms in the building for the Federal Reserve headquarters, right? I just don't know actually how involved Powell is. Now, maybe he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying I find it hard to believe that Powell is sitting there and not focusing on inflation, unemployment, I don't know, the United States economy, fiscal policy, things like that. And rather he's going, you know what? Let's do some shopping for some wallpaper because that's really what I need to focus on. So I would be really, really, I just would find it really hard to believe if Powell is the reason that this renovation has gone, as Angie says, 900 million over. Which is quite a bit. Obviously, if it's almost $1 billion over and it's $2.5 billion, it's like 35-40% over budget, which is quite a bit. But is that Jerome Powell's fault? I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence or documentation that would suggest that it is. Hey, Point Blank, thanks for joining the stream. That sounds bad. Not sure what you're referring to, but if you'd like to elaborate, I would love to know. Waste. Oh, okay. So you're probably talking about the 2.5 billion for the federal building, I'm assuming is what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where government's doing what government does, and that's spend a lot of money. I mean, government is not good at not spending money. It doesn't matter if it's federal branch, local branch, county. I mean, their waste and government go hand in hand. My question though is the overspend, is the over budget, is the waste, as you put it point blank, is that Jerome Powell's fault? If it is, then okay, maybe there is some ground to stand on. But I just think it's interesting that President Trump is going to try to point to this and say, you know what? Here's the cause. Their renovation went over budget. We're going to fire him as the Federal Reserve chair because a renovation went over budget. That I just don't know about. Funny, I just heard about this earlier while I was painting. Trump was also annoyed he's putting in a rooftop garden. Again, I don't know whose decision that is. I don't know. And I don't know, depending on who you believe, rooftop gardens can be energy efficient. They can keep energy off the house or off the building. And maybe if that lowers HVAC costs, I don't know, but that's all over my head. Innovative. Trump wants low rates to juice the economy. That's exactly what he wants. That's exactly what he wants. This is like trying to do brain surgery with a sledgehammer. Yes, correct. Yes, it makes mortgage payments more affordable, but also ramps up inflation as money. I think your comment got cut off, buddy. But once again, innovative, you and I, we're on the same freaking page. I'm exactly with you. Trump wants to juice the economy fat. Let's see, here's the rest of your thing. As money to hide from inflation in commodities, it commoditizes housing, the rich buy it up, and the poor suffer. You're not wrong on your points. And I agree with you. Innovative. I do think that Trump wants to juice the economy. He wants to say, look, the tariffs created a bunch of income for the federal government, which they have, and interest rates are low. People can go out. I've made mortgages more affordable. The cost to borrow money is cheaper. I can expand businesses. They can hire more people. Of course, the president wants lower rates. Every president wants lower rates. And I really think that this is mostly a tactic to try to strong arm Jerome Powell into just basically saying, forget it, not worth it, I'm out of here. Here's the interesting part, which this article goes on to talk about a little bit more. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, is like one person. He's one of, I think, 12, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 12 people on the board of the Fed. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on it. But they all vote. So even if you got rid of Powell, it's not like Powell is the one that chooses the rate. They all talk about it and they all vote on it. So even if Powell went away, who's to say that that would get Trump what he wants, which is low rates? Ask Wednesday if Powell wants to be invested for fraud. He spent far more money than he was supposed to rebuilding. I think he's got some problems, Mr. Trump said, which, by the way, Trump did nominate Powell. He added, there are many people who want the chair role. Russ Vought, the Office of Budget and Management Director, sent a letter last week to Powell accusing him of ostentatious, years-long office renovation project that may be violating the law. Okay. In testimony to the Senate last month, Powell called some descriptions of the renovation project misleading and inaccurate. I'm not surprised. Sources inside the administration told CBS News the president has been socializing the possibility of a for-causing firing in public and private remarks, but the White House has not yet formally built a legal predicate. The Trump administration has tried to increase the pressure on Powell, with some administration officials publicly accusing the Fed of mismanaging a multi-billion-dollar project to renovate its Washington headquarters, an allegation Powell has pushed back on, which will be interesting to see. So, Florida Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, one of the Republicans who voted against advancing the crypto legislation, wrote in an X post Tuesday night, hearing Jerome Powell is getting fired from a very serious source. In a later post, she wrote, I'm 99% sure firing is imminent. I don't know how a rep from Florida could at all have any confirmation about the firing of Jerome Powell. I think that this young rep is trying to maybe gain some positive brownie points with the president, perhaps. Several lawmakers in the Oval meeting declined to comment. Probably a good idea. Saying the discussion was private. Probably a good way to put it. White House spokespeople didn't immediately comment. So nobody wants to say anything that's actually tied to this. There's a lot of people on the fringes that are like, oh yeah, he's going to get fired. But all of the official reports, well, we don't have an official legal predicate yet. Well, the White House hasn't made any official statements. Well, nothing official has come out about the president wanting to fire Powell. He's just been saying it in these various remarks to reporters. So very interesting to see, but it's not good. Mr. Trump's dissatisfaction with Powell and his view that the Federal Reserve is not acting quickly enough to cut interest rates has been a frequent topic of discussion for the president in recent weeks. Mr. Trump has nicknamed Powell, who was first elevated to the role of the Fed chair by Trump, Mr. Too Late. I think he's terrible, Mr. Trump told reporters Tuesday. You talk to the guy, it's like talking to a nothing. It's like talking to a chair. No personality. I don't know. I mean, you're not going on a date with the guy. So I don't really care. I mean, this is just me personally, right? My personal take. I don't really care if the chair of the Fed has a personality or not. I care if he gets fiscal policy correct and decisions about the economy correct. So I think that argument's pretty foolish. I think he's a total stiff, but the one thing I didn't see him is a guy that needed a place to live in. He said, referring to the building renovation. I don't know what he means by that. I guess he's trying to say that Powell's going to live in this thing. I don't know. Anyway, it just goes on to say more stuff about Trump and Powell. So I don't know. We'll see. I just realized the article wasn't on the screen that time for you guys. So sorry if you wanted to read it, but it's from CBS News. So all right, let's see where we're at. Okay, we're coming up on 40 minutes. So let's have some fun. That was the serious part of the stream. Let's now have some fun. And boy, have I found a cool property to look at today. Let me get to a spot because I'm just going to show you the photos and I'm going to read you the description. All right. So make sure everybody you're paying attention. You might want to take some notes here. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you the photos of this property. I'm going to go through all of them, but it's going to be kind of quick because there's 97 photos. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the photos. I'm going to read you the description and then we're going to do the guess game. And you're going to tell me how much you think this property is on the market for. And then you're going to tell me what year you think it was built. And the people that are the closest will get a little prize. We're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to be buying you a coffee. So Joe's going to buy you a coffee if you're right. But the requirement to that is you have to send me an email with your name and your mailing address so that I can mail you a Starbucks gift card for a coffee. All right, so we're going to get into it. We're getting into it right now. So get your thinking caps on. Get ready to roll. And we're going to share this tab instead. Bingo. All right, we're back, guys. All right. So here it is. And you're thinking right now, Joe, what the heck is this? This is the bunker house. This is the bunker house. So we're going to go through the photos. There's a bunker like in a cave somewhere. The specs on paper are, oh no, I'm seeing you. Oh, no. Hold on. I got to do something here. Let's do this. There. Oh, you can't see. No, it says the price. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Hold on. How did I do this last time? Dang. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm seeing that it's showing the price and I don't know if I can not show the price to you guys. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Technical difficulties. You guys get to look at me for a second while I do this. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves just for a moment. Did you guys ever have teachers that did that? Talk amongst yourselves while the teachers were like trying to fix the VCR or whatever. There we go. Now we did it. All right, cool. There we go. That's what we needed. All right. Oh, hey, Soul Journey. Welcome back, Soul Journey. How's the island treating you today? How's the weather? Hope it's well. Looked partially earth sheltered. Yeah, wait till you see the rest of it, point blank. Don't go anywhere. This stuff is crazy. All right, so here we are. 2 of 97. We're going to go through these. This is the bunker house. Obviously, this is There's a creek, there's a stream. It's very, very pretty. I am going to tell you the general area of the United States is in. I will give you the state that it's in, but I'm not going to give you anything else. I think on this one, I might give you the acreage because it's pretty big, and that's going to affect the price. So I'll give you the acreage. I'm going to give you the state that it's in, and then the photos, and then you guys got to guess the price and the year built. Okay. So here we go. We're flying through. Yeah. Beautiful setting. Yeah. Beautiful clouds, right? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that. What a landscape that is. Okay. So here's like the actual, like the main house, and you'll see that it expands from there. So you have the cute little, it's kind of like a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet. Nothing crazy. Got the wood stove for heat. Very modest. It's clean. It's fine. All right. Right. This is your regular house. And right now you're probably thinking like, why the heck is Joe showing us this? Just wait. Okay. So now we're starting to get into it. So you can see that you were downstairs and now we are in some type of earthen structure. And this is the shop. It's got a bathroom down here, which is cool. This is probably like the basement of the home. There's the bathroom down there, the shower down there. Guy's got the Humvee. I'm sure the seller was very proud of his Humvee, and he's like, I want this in the listing agreement or in the listing photos. Like, there's no need for this, but hey, if that's what the client wants, that's what they get. He's got pictures of the Humvee. There it is. He's ready to go. Obviously, this is a prepper type of person. Backside of the house. Not a whole lot going on. Beautiful views, beautiful views. RV hookups, great. So if you got your RV, you can pump. And it's got the little ADU, little cabin. It's got some chickens too. In the chicken coop. And here we go, folks. Into the bunker we go, the bunker house. So you have this little creek. You got these trails. You have all this area, all of this here is part of it. And this is why it's called the bunker house. So it's in a cave. It actually has a private cave system. So there are caverns and caves. So if anybody's into spelunking, you can have your very own cave. Now, these are the little collapsible like captain's chairs that you would take to like your kids' like soccer game just for scale. This is not a small opening. Like, this is a pretty big area because that's a little tiny chair. As the real estate photographer, you got to be thinking like, what the heck? Like, as a real estate photographer, you show up, or even the real estate agent, and someone calls you out and they're like, yeah, we need you to take some photos of this new listing. And you go out there and you see like the little house. You're like, okay, not much. And they're like, oh, by the way, you need to take photos of the cave system. And you go down there and you're like, holy crap. Like, I hope this is safe. Check this out. So you can see that a guy standing here for some scale. So this is a pretty big little tunnel here. I mean, this isn't like you're claustrophobic. This is huge. Okay, Angie's guessing Tennessee or Kentucky. Not bad. I'm going to give you the state. But check this out. I mean, this is just crazy. All these formations. I mean, if you're like a geologist, I mean, imagine owning this home if you're like a geologist or, someone that's into any type of rock, early earth study. I mean, this is really cool. You can see there's a little shovel down here for scale. This isn't like a full-size shovel, but you can tell this is really, really big. This is not just like, oh, you have a really big basement. No, this is a freaking cave. Yes, I mean, you can see this is a full-grown adult guy. He's going down there. That is crazy. So I don't know if anybody has caves on your checklist, but if you're looking for a home with a cave system, I have a home to sell you. It is available and on the market. I mean, you could see like that's an opening. This whole area here is like an underground room, like a pavilion. I mean, it's huge. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. How do you get this inspected like this? What? And who's the buyer for this? Like, what buyer is like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is what I've been looking for. I mean, you can tell, like, obviously there was some water down there. This looks like almost like the bottom of a dry lake bed. So there was probably water here at some point. Obviously, that's how this stuff was created. They got a generator down there. Looks like it's a propane generator, so that at least they have electricity. Looks like it's probably exhausted out this. This is the wall of the cave. That's the wall that we saw in the very first picture. And this is the other side. So it's all in this rock formation. Look how cool that is. That's pretty sweet. I don't know who needs a cave, but if you do, this is it. This is the house. What amazing, amazing photographs. So I had to show you guys this one because I've never seen anything like this. I don't think I'm ever going to see anything like this. It's got a creek. It's got views of the sunset. It's got a cave. All right, guys. So now what I'm going to do, we'll leave you with this photo. And what I'm going to do on my other monitors, I'm going to read you the description so you have some more details. Okay, so pay attention here, guys. All right. So the state, Angie was dead on. It is in Tennessee. It is in Tennessee. So Angie was right on, Tennessee or Kentucky. It is in Tennessee. Nestled in Tennessee, this fabulous homestead with 32 acres, additional building sites, 60,000 square foot underground cavern system, and modern luxury located in southern Middle Tennessee. Welcome to one of the most unique and versatile properties on the market in 2025, where high-end living meets unmatched potential. The main home consists of 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, newly built in 2025. Features include stunning granite countertops, Core-Tech waterproof flooring with cork underlayment, and bathrooms wrapped in Dolomite Italian marble. Perched on a scenic hilltop with sunset views, affording rugged independence and endless potential. In addition to the main home, there is a spray foam insulated garage shop / ADU featuring 1 bed, 1 bath, equipped with RV hookup with septic, electric, and water hookups. Perfect for extra income or multi-use functionality. Enjoy the security of a whole house generator and water filtration system. The property is 90% fenced, cattle ready with rolling hills and a perfect mixture of pasture and mature woods, including 2 cabins. One used as a chicken coop and the other as a shooting lodge, shooting range, water storage system, and solar ready setup. Cavern system, 60,000 square feet of private caverns. Entry points are sealed with over 10 tons of steel, ceiling heights up to 30 feet, generator included, and natural water spring system that flows nonstop 24/7, 365. Potential uses are endless. Safe haven, aka, like Innovative said, bomb shelter, private retreat, underground event space, or revenue generator. This is more than a homestead. It's an opportunity to own something truly rare. This property is offered fully furnished with equipment and will include a Humvee shown in the media section as well. Well, now you know why there's a picture of it. Schedule your private showing today. It has only been on Zillow for 6 days. It has over 1,000 saves in just 6 days. I've never seen a property have so many saves in just 6 days. Okay, guys. So what do we think? I'm going to give you some time. Please don't go look the home up. I'm sure you could like search this on Google and find it, and you could get it exactly right. Please don't do that. On your honor, please make a guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some time on the clock, and we're going to hang out. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some thinking music. And you got to come up with the price, and you have to come up with the year built. The price and the year built is what we're looking for. Actually, we can't do year built because I told you. I didn't realize I told you the year built. So we'll do price Let's guess the price. And what else can we guess? We might just have to do price on this one. All right, chat. Voting is officially open. And we're gonna put let's do a timer here. Let's do it. And we're going to do this. All right, guys. Minute and 40 seconds to get your guesses in. Get your guesses in. Get those guesses in there. What is the price for the cavern home? Point blank says 1.5 million. First guess. And if this is not Price is Right, don't anybody do 1.5 and $1. We're not doing that. Come up with your own guess. Pam Hughes says 2.5 mil from Mom. Point blank said 1.5 mil. Another minute to get those guesses in. Oh, I forget you guys can see that. Right over here. Put those thinking caps on, guys. Put those. We got 40 seconds left. Red says 1.1 million. Hey, Red, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for hanging out. And in the meantime, if you guys are looking for an agent, if you need an agent, if you need someone who doesn't suck, if you need an agent that we call a 20% agent, go to this link right here. I can refer you. I have a huge referral network. I work with agents all over the country. If you're thinking about buying or selling, and you're an agent you can trust, actually knows what's going on, an agent that I will vet for you, a 20% top tier agent, you can go to my website and fill out the form, and I'll get you connected to an agent. All right, time's up. Time's up. Get those last few guesses in. There's 10 people in this chat. I only got 3 guesses. That means 7 of you have not put in guesses, and we need guesses from everyone. Give you guys like another 20 seconds, and that's it. Another 20 seconds on the clock, and that's it. Innovative says 10 million. Okay. All right, that's it. 20 seconds. 20 seconds is up. 20 seconds is up. All right, guys. We're going to get this taken off. We're going to go back to the listing. We ready to reveal the winner? Here we go. Drum roll, please. I don't have a drum roll sound effect. Sorry, guys. And the winner is Point Blank with the $1.5 million guess. Folks, the bunker house is $1.75 million. Here's the full listing. It is on 32 acres, built in 2025. And Zillow doesn't even have his estimate because they're like, we don't know what the hell this thing is. We don't know what to call it. So congratulations to Point Blank. I think he's a first-time viewer and he's a winner on the channel. So Point Blank, everybody clap it up for Point Blank. Point Blank, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to send me an email. And I'm not giving you my email so I can sell your house or rope you into a marketing campaign. You gotta send me an email. Give me your name, your mailing address, and if you like Starbucks or Dutch Brothers or Dunkin', I don't know where you are. I think Starbucks is basically everywhere, but I'm gonna buy you a coffee. So what you got to do to claim the prize is you have to email me, give me your address so I can mail something to you, and then we'll get you set up with a coffee. And here's the bunker house. Here is the bunker house. Crazy, right? Let's take a look at it on the map, see where it's at. I don't know where it is. Obviously, it's in the middle of freaking nowhere. Wow, look at this farmland. You know, it's crazy to me. I'm from Los Angeles, obviously, as you guys know. I took my first trip, well, my second trip to the East Coast. I went to Rock Hall, Maryland for a family vacation, and it was super fun. And let me tell you, I'm not used to seeing farmland in America. I'm a city guy, grown up in the city or the suburbs my whole life. Seeing an area like this is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's just like nothing. It's just a bunch of land and dirt. So let's go a little bit further. I don't know where this is in Tennessee. We're going out further out, further out, further out. This doesn't have any type of lines or anything, so it's hard to know. But yeah, I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere. I don't even see like a major highway. Is this a major highway? There's a highway there. But yikes. So if you're looking for solitude, if you're looking for off-grid living, if you're looking for a bunker, guys, this is the one for you. This is the one for you. All right, guys. And like I was saying, if you guys need a real estate agent, this is where you can go. I've got, like I said, I've got agents all over the place, all across the United States and actually the world as well. We have some international agents. And if you guys need help buying or selling and you don't want to just hope that Google points you in the right direction or hope that your neighbor Johnny doesn't give you a bunk referral, if you actually want an agent that is a known professional, I am happy to interview agents on your behalf and get you connected to an agent anywhere in the United States. So if you're looking to buy or sell, let me know and I can get you hooked up. Yeah, this is for the next pandemic. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good spot to ride out all of the craziness for sure. And likewise, also, if you guys are local, if you're located in the LA County, Orange County, I'm San Bernardino County, I'm right at the meeting point of all of those counties. So if you're anywhere in the greater Los Angeles area and you need a good real estate agent and you'd like to work directly with me, I'd be happy to help. Of course, you can go to this website. You can click on any of these buttons and I will be in contact with you. You'll fill out a little form about what you're looking to buy or sell. We'll get some information and then we'll be connected to an agent or we'll see how we can help you. And real quick note, I want you guys to know, see, look at my headshot. It actually looks like me. I'm not one of those agents that has the headshot from the wedding like 47 years ago. This is actually me, right? So there you go, current headshot. Stupid realtor been using their same headshot for 47 years. Weird. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I'm gonna go eat some food. Thanks so much for hanging out. What a really fun stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the cave house. And point blank, I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be watching for an email from you. So send me an email. We'll get you hooked up with a coffee. We'll be back next Wednesday with another stream. I'm really hoping I'll have a little bit more time to kind of curate the stream a little bit better. We're a little all over the place, but I really, really appreciate all of you guys watching and giving me some of your very, very valuable time. Have a great rest of your week. Have a good weekend ahead. As always, guys, do something nice for someone. Hold the door open. Use your signal in traffic. Let someone cut in front of you in traffic. The world's crazy. There's a lot of madness out there. Try to be nice, okay? All right, guys. That's it for me. I'll see you guys later. See you next week. Have a good one. Bye, guys.